Hello and welcome back to another video. Whew. I still got, I don't want to run out of gas, so I got gas now here in Chisago. And I was right. I got, even by the time I get back into town, I will still have a little bit more gas than I left with, so that's good. And I got a couple dollars left in my wallet. I don't count the ones, but I wish it was hundreds. Yep, so as soon as I got income going again here, a couple things I want to do. Well, I want to get air boot suspension put in the rear end of this. My original plan was to get the air boot suspension so I could get a motorcycle carrier and put my motorcycle on the back of it. But because of being out of work, not having an income, and my brother, the delay of between attorneys and my brother and stuff for the state, I've lost my storage units, and so that means my motorcycle and stuff's gone. I'll have to get another motorcycle when I can afford it. And my other siblings took my scooter and stuff. Actually, that sibling that took my scooter actually took my 70 Barracuda too. That was a while back though. Story, but I don't need to discuss negative things. And as much as I would like to take a left here and go the back road, because that's where I used to take care of Mom and Dad before Dad passed, down that way. I'd like to drive that way to reminisce. It wasn't a white truck, but they were waving at me like they knew me. I couldn't recognize them close enough. They look familiar, I just can't place them right now. Almost looks like this guy Bill that I used to know from high school. Maybe somebody who watches the channel. Could be somebody that watches the channel. Anyway. Oh, it's 6:50. Yeah, church already started. It's way past church time. Oh no. Yeah, church already started. Dang it. I started thinking maybe if I had time to get to church before church, I'd go there for Wednesday evening church, but they're already rolling. But I should be able to go this Sunday. One of the churches. I can't see we're using this much gas. Before I was really hurting for gas. And with the cold weather and stuff, I had to make sure that in case I got to run the engine for heat or charging batteries if it was gloomy and cold. But now, if we get this nicer weather and get more sun and stuff, nice weather, then I don't have to run the engine to charge the batteries at all, because the solar panels take care of it. Like right now, the driving, I'm sure they've been 100% for the last couple days now, and even running the power and having my laptop and everything plugged in, I've been staying at 100%. Sure, I go down to, like, in the night while I'm editing and stuff, I got down to maybe 90. We'll say 90% or something, I don't know. But sun come up again, I've charged back up to 100%, you know. TV, I don't ever run that. I wish I had it hooked up now, because since I don't have internet no more, I gotta try to keep my brain busy if I start going down the survival rabbit hole of when's this gonna get better, you know. At least when I had internet, I could YouTube. I'd find stuff to watch especially if I started getting sad or depressed or stressed out. I could take a break, watch a video, and take my mind away from it, you know. So I'm just gonna have to have more self-control over myself. This is Little Green Lake here. My parents live straight across on the other side there. That's where I took care of my parents for, I don't know, almost 14 years there. And then that house that me and Mom had got, Dad passed just before we got moved to the house, started moving to the house. And me and Mom were already trying to get a deal worked on that house. And we were going to surprise Dad, but he didn't make it. So, but anyway, then the new house, I was at that for 7 years with my mom. In 7 years, I sure did a lot to that place. But I gotta get away from that subject, otherwise I'll start getting all negative venting. Me and Mom and Dad looked at houses right down this road too, right beyond this house. We looked at that one 2 months before. That's when Dad was still doing pretty good, and we all looked at these ones together. There was one me and Dad really liked that was back in there further, and the backyard was pretty big, and they had a bunch of raised flower bed gardens, and they had already ran the PVC to them so they could have water going on each of the gardens and stuff and everything. They did it pretty nice. And I told Dad, I said, yeah, I said, we get this one. I said, I'll do the gardening, you know, I'll get, you know, whatever you might want grown, tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, whatever. I said, I'll get it all growing, and you guys can have fresh produce, and I'll keep up on all the gardening. You know. Dad was liking that if we got that place. He said, oh, that'd be great. Being able to grab fresh produce. But we ended up not getting that place. The house itself was too small. See, if my dad didn't want none of us kids around, once we became adults, they wanted us to be adults and be gone. And as they got older, I just kind of started showing up, even though they liked their privacy and stuff. And I'd stop and say, hey, you guys, you know, make a to-do list. I'm gonna mow your lawn, you know, mow your lawn, because I knew they were getting older, you know. So in the beginning, Mom was all about it, because of all the chores, you know. Mom would make a list, and I'd come to mow the lawn, and I'd come to snowblow and shovel in the winter. When cars needed to be worked on, I came to work on them and stuff. You know, Dad was getting older, and he couldn't be turning wrenches, mowing lawns, and all that other stuff, you know. So then I was just like a part-timer. I'd just go there all the time, you know. So it wasn't my mom and dad favored me. That's how my siblings feel. I'm not getting negative about it, but I was the only one willing to put my time in to get it all done for them, you know, on a regular basis. I forget where I was going with that. Reminiscent. Yeah, that's how it started. I was talking about going the back way. Then I could have went by the other house that was on the other side of that lake there. And but I ain't got income right now, so I should just. This is a shorter way, and I'll burn less fuel. So. That's the other thing that really blows about not having internet. It's got a few drawbacks. I can't watch church online, and I can't afford the gas to run there all the time, you know. So I bet because I couldn't afford the gas to go there, because I got to save the gas for heat and everything, and charge your batteries through the winter. So I'd watch it online. But now that I can't do that, I'm going to have even more church withdrawal. I was already having church withdrawal from not being able to go there and be there in person. Because you feed off that energy, you know. Everybody's there for the common cause, because we all love the Lord, and the Lord loves us. We're all there celebrating Jesus Christ and the Lord, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, however you want to say it, depending on what part of Scripture we're talking about that day, or whether what's on the schedule or whatever. But the thing is, you're all there for a common cause, so you get that fellowship, and you can just feel all that wonderful positive energy in the church, and withdrawing from that, but at least when I was watching it online, I could at least keep up with everybody and what was being talked about. But, I don't know, man, something's got to change, though. Maybe that's probably why I'm getting a little more crabby with God and stuff, too, because I haven't been able to afford the gas to go to church on a regular basis, and I've got other things stressing me out, and I got a lot of friends that keep turning to me too and calling me to vent to me and stuff, and it's good though. It's okay. I don't want them to not have somebody. Although God did tell me a few days ago that I can't take on everybody's problems, because it's going to drain me too much. He's got other things for me to do, bigger things for me to do. So I don't know what that is yet, but it's funny because he told me that. The night that he told me that, the next day while I was at the library editing videos, my friend Dina came to visit at the library because I was post when I'm going to be at the library until 8 o'clock at night editing. I always post on Facebook, take a couple pictures of where I'm at in the library with my computer set up, and then I do a post open invite anybody who wants to come visit while I'm there working, And my friend Dina stopped by, and I was telling her, we got talking about different stuff, and I was telling her how God, the night before, how he told me that I can't continue to take on everybody's problems because it's going to drain me too much, and he's got other things, bigger things he wants me to do. So I started making a list of all the people that come to me on a regular basis or semi-regular basis for counseling, coaching, or just event, or I don't know, just a lot of different situations, And I love them all, and I'm glad that I'm able to give them that comforting that makes them feel better and not so stressed in life. Some of them, sometimes they'll call and just bawling their eyes out, and all I can do is take each one at a time and do what I can, So far, I've had 100% success rate so far, And it ain't about a success rate, it's about being a caring, loving soul and a person of God, and taking care, helping nurture their soul, I gotta start learning to trust God more and not just coming to me, because it's weird, because sometimes I can see it and feel it in them, and they even say it with their own words. They look at me like I'm some type of miracle worker or something. And in some ways I am, God's given me lots of gifts. But some of these people that have come to me, and I don't mind, I'll pray for everybody. But it's just amazing how much they believe in me, and they should be believing in God even more, and I know they do, but because I'm of the flesh, they can, it's like I'm more real in a way, and I don't know how to explain that. I'm glad I'm talking about this, because now it gives me an idea of how to handle some of these future situations with people. probably anyway. Or watch it when I'm getting speeding on this road. I was trying to get in this lane before this car caught up, but you know, I was doing 35, and I can't remember what the speed is here. It is 35. So if I went to let out the gas where I did, I'd have been speeding. That'd be pretty bad getting pulled over for speeding in a camper. It's one thing if you get pulled over speeding in a Trans Am like I used to have. I had a few different Trans Ams. A couple different, I should say, not a few. A couple different Trans Ams. I had the Night Rider version, the 84 that looked like the Night Rider. Then after that, I had an 81 that was like more like the Smokey and the Bandit Trans Am, but it wasn't black and gold. That one was red and white. Had the eagle and the shaker hood and everything though, but my 84 was black and gold with the eagle on the hood and stuff, and that was the Night Rider body style. That was weird. I took off forward and it almost sounded like ice shifting in a cooler, you know. I don't know what it was, but I didn't think I had anything out to make the noise, but I don't know what that noise was. And normally I'm pretty good if I hear something, I know what it is. I know the thing that moves, you know. Might have been one of my spice rack. It might have been one of my little, like my bottle of jar. Oh, I heard it again. That's right, Tony's not working today yet. His vehicle over there. I think he's got the day off, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. A couple of these videos are going to be long ones. I do need to try to see if I can make some shorter ones just to see if I get more reach with that. Not that my main concern is reach, but the more people that I can reach, the more people that might find God, you know. Not saying I can get everybody to get closer to God, but I might be able to get a lot of people who want to go to God. Go to God, I said. Trailer right where I normally like to park. Well, I'm gonna go up closer to Walmart. You can see my blue eyes. Well, I don't know if they're blue or hazel today. Or green. So, once again, thanks for watching. God bless you, and we'll see you on the next one.